Hey coaches, right off the jump, I want you to know this is important. This business does not work for anybody. Works for nobody. Stick with me for a couple minutes. Let me explain this because this is really crucially, foundationally important. And feel free to share this with the rest of your team. Every coach that's ever created success here, especially long-term sustainable success, it didn't work for them. They worked individually. They got to work. When the going got tough, they doubled down. They came across a problem, they figured it out. They took personal responsibility. When you hear of somebody that gets out of this business, or it's not just Beachbody, all of them, any of them, this is an experience of ownership. Whenever you hear somebody saying, I got out, I quit, whatever, because it just wasn't working out for me, it didn't work for me, so I got out. That's basically them stuck in their employee mindset of shuttling personal responsibility. It's the company's fault. It didn't work for me. That means I've washed my hands of all personal responsibility. And that person, if that's you, you will never find success here unless you change your mind. You have to evolve beyond an employee mindset into an entrepreneurial mindset. An entrepreneur is going to take full personal responsibility. Beachbody is its own thing. Beachbody is something that I use as a point of leverage for their products. They're awesome, world-class products. Nothing beats their products, right? That's the honest to God truth. But we use Beachbody for their products and for their paychecks. Really not much of anything else. We certainly don't use them for our success. We create success by leveraging them for their products and their paychecks. And from there, personal responsibility, it's on me, 100% of it. And you have to have that attitude. And you have to have the attitude that you're going to figure it out no matter what. When the going gets tough, you're going to double down. And you have to have the attitude of, I'm in the business of solving problems, providing solutions for myself, as well as for other people that are open to them. That has to be your attitude. If you're like most business owners, and most business owners never create success. They never do. But if you're going to be like most business owners, then you have an employee mindset that shuttles personal responsibility. Because think about it, at a job, your boss, your employer, they are required by law to pay you a paycheck in exchange for hours that you've already worked. And if they don't, you take them to court and you would win. It's an open and cut case. In fact, you'd probably be awarded punitive damages on top of whatever lost wages they didn't pay you. It's like ridiculous. It's a form of like a job is the ultimate form of socialism when you look at it that way. But in this one, it's the opposite. What's the trade-off? Well, at a job, you're controlled and manipulated through the dependency of money, living underneath the thumb of other people that can tell you what to do. You don't own your income or your life or your time. That's a job, but you're guaranteed a paycheck. So basically you sell your mind, body, or spirit. You sell your soul for a flipping paycheck at a job. That's the employee mentality. It is what it is. Not putting it down, just it is what it is. So this is the opposite. And this one, you're not guaranteed squat. You have to put up front the time investment, which could pay you nothing in the beginning, possibly. But you have to make that time investment up front. You have to solve problems. You have to show up consistently and take personal responsibility for a period of time. And then you emerge at some point in the future, a few months, a few years, who knows? At some point in the future, you emerge a free human being. And now you can take a week off, you can take a month off, you can take a year off at some point in the future and come back to a bigger paycheck than you got when you were working. And that's when you're a free human being, because now your income is going to be passive. So that's the trade-off. You're either going to be controlled and manipulated through the dependency of money to pay your bills, which is a job, or you can work for your freedom so that eventually you don't have to be chasing the dollar every day. For people that don't have time to build a business, the employee mentality is going to say, I don't have time to build it. I can't do it. Personal responsibility, wash my hands of it. I just don't have time. Poor, lazy mindset. The rich and creative mindset is going to say, I don't have time. I got to figure this out. I'm going to get outside of that box of where most people are living, and I'm going to find some creative solutions to that problem. If you don't have money for an investment of some kind, the employee mindset says, I don't have money, I can't do it. Poor, lazy mindset. Easy to find excuses, no personal responsibility, satisfies the ego instantly. Long term, the ego is really taking a hard blow, and we know that. The entrepreneur, gosh, I don't have the money. What can I do to come up with the money? It's just a totally different mindset. And you have to really decide that. You have to decide what your values are. Is it going to be this delusional sense of security that a job offers, which is not security at all? Or is your value going to be freedom, real security, and real time freedom, and all of these kinds of things? But, so yeah, I want you to know that. And I want you to go through this process of unwinding your brain from an employee mindset, if you're still there, and build yourself up as an entrepreneur. And you can only do that through really great personal growth and development. You know, the stuff that you read, the people that you listen to, the classes you attend, the seminars you go to, whether they're in person or on the web, or I like to do it all. I'll get a mix of different seminars and teachers on the web and in person, and I'll travel and I'll fly and I'll stay home and I'll get books and I'll take free stuff and I'll pay for stuff. I get a wide variety of different ways of getting great information that helps me to develop my brain into an entrepreneur and with the skill sets that I need, that I feel I'm lacking in, so that I can just do better. And you have to do the same thing as well. If you don't, then you're going to be, I hate to say it, but if you don't develop your brain into an entrepreneur away from how employees think, then you'll just be another turd in the herd, and a 98% or 49 out of 50 people. Be the 1 out of 50 that is developing yourself into a powerful entrepreneur. And you know how you say you always want to help people? Well, this is your big shot. There's no other capacity on planet Earth where you have the potential to help more people in a more profound way than being a business owner and with a company, partnered with a company that has the best products in the world for helping people solve their health and their wealth problems. That's the honest to God truth. So here's your big shot at helping other people as you help yourself. And don't sell yourself short in the process, because the more able and capable you are, and the more you are at your best, the better you're going to be for all those other people you say that you want to help. Okay? And when it comes to helping people, I will tell you this, in my experience, the most difficult part in that is to intercept the conversation that most people have ongoing inside of their brains about why they can't do stuff. You know, that employee mindset that people have. That's the toughest part, I think, in this whole deal, is what it really takes to help somebody, and that is to inspire somebody to believe in themselves and to believe what's possible for them again. Because most people we talk to, they're so beaten down by being controlled and manipulated through the dependency of that dollar they're chasing every day at their job. It's been happening for so long for so many people that they just don't even believe in themselves again. They don't believe in what's possible. So that is the hardest part, because we can't even talk about the awesomeness of being a home business owner and being partnered with Beachbody and all this stuff and creating freedom. They won't even hear that unless they're open for it first. So to inspire them to become open and inspire for them to believe in possibilities, that's really the first thing. And once we see that in somebody, then we can start to talk about this and how it could really help them, and to help them help other people too. All right, so that's my message. Feel free to share this with your teams. I've got a lot of social media training on my website at tombirkenmeyer.com and fireyourboss.xyz, which is not a .com, so don't go there. I know it's a force of habit, but fireyourboss.xyz. Tons of social media training. This isn't going to work for you. You're an entrepreneur now. You work. You take on the full personal responsibility and stop shuttling it off to whatever by saying stupid, foolish things like, it doesn't work. Because you're right, it doesn't. You do. You work.